You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Robbing biological urges.
You're crazy, son. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
Ever since my dad got arrested for manslaughtering my mom, my life has actually been pretty wild.
Welcome to episode 120 of Jim and James Chew the Cud.
It's going to be a good show.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good
120 minutes, not hours.
120 minutes. Okay, I'm hoping it'll be good because I think we need to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
A lot of listeners, haven't we? Hello,
all you new listeners, and old listeners,
and old listeners,
and new listeners who are yet to hear us. One day you'll hear us.
We haven't just forgotten where we came from.
No.
Back in the early days when it was just Paul Danan supporting us.
Now we've got
people,
almost 6,000 people listening who've listened in.
Yeah,
not people,
not consecutively.
Downloads.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Could fill a small stadium.
Yeah. With kind of reduced capacity.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, but we could sell out Wembley.
If all of our people that downloaded were evenly spaced, we could fill Wembley.
Yeah, and you brought your partner and perhaps your kids.
Yeah, make a family day of it. It's a family podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, with me is James Kerr.
Hello.
I haven't got an insult for you. No, I think we've been fairly harsh on the other episodes.
James Kerr.
We're still outside.
Yeah, you can probably hear birds.
We're in a different place to normal though. The school extended their grounds.
Here we go again.
And obviously I'm Jim, so there's that. How have you been? It's been a while since you've recorded actually, isn't it?
Because it's been a few weeks because of staff getting away.
Things and life really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Life's a problem.
But it's those moments in between the life which make life.
The moments in between the devastating troughs.
Yeah. Those occasional peaks.
Yeah, they're not even peaks
worthwhile.
sometimes. They're still below surface level, but hey,
they're above baseline.
The despair pit.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you all for listening to this new show. Watched anything fun?
I watched
legally
a film on Amazon Prime called How to Build a Girl.
What's that about?
It's about a 16-year-old girl who becomes youngest writer for a magazine, which is meant to be the enemy, and it took me about an hour to realise I was saying it was the D in me.
The D in me?
D in me.
When you saw a thing called How to Build a Girl, did you think it was one of those hours?
When I first saw it, I thought it was like a stand-up thing, so I thought, I won't watch it.
Well, even though it was about a woman?
Yeah, even that. And then I read it. I saw a review somewhere and saw how good it was. And it's worth watching.
I only watch female comedy now. So is it a female-based comedy?
Yeah.
Then I'll add it to my list.
No, you should. It's very good. It's very thought-provoking.
Yeah. What sort of thoughts does it provoke?
It kind of questions. It's like this girl. She's who she is, and she changes who she is to get somewhere.
So it's a complex narrative.
And she changes further, but she goes against what she is, and basically pushes away her family. And
wow. So if that tickles your fancy,
well, it wins more back.
Check it out. What's it called again?
How to Build a Girl.
How to Build a Girl. And where can that be found?
Why you pointed that pen at me was it was a microphone.
Where can
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. So if you want to learn how to build a girl, Amazon Prime. I've been watching The Alienist. Misleading title.
Yeah, you thought it was the analyst, didn't you?
No, I thought there'd be aliens in it.
It's probably like a
it's very
tribute show on XTube.
Yeah.
The analyst, and it's
just, no, actually, I thought it was
the anal list, and it's a list. We could do that. List top 5 anal scenes.
Top 5 anals.
Yeah.
Oh, James Kerr. The reason we hadn't been recording was because you've been back in Germany cleaning up an allotment site. I've been told. So no, The Alienist. There's very few aliens in it.
Disappointing.
The film Alien tells you you're going to get an alien.
Yeah.
You get one alien.
Yeah. Really.
Aliens. It's more than one aliens. But the Alienist, it didn't have any aliens in.
I wouldn't have bothered.
No.
I would have stopped.
It is fun though.
There's no aliens.
No, but obviously, have you watched it at all? Very graphic.
No.
First season was very good. It was about the murder of little rent boys and prostitutes in London in 1890. It's very, very graphic as well, the murder scenes.
Oh.
This season is a bit of a letdown because it's just the murder of babies. It's not quite the same because babies are already screaming 70% of the time whether you're murdering them or not.
Easy to kill. You can kill by accident.
You can kill a baby by accident.
You just run over in your sleep and it's gone.
Yeah, it's not gone. It's just on your back. It's just flat on there.
It's life scar.
That's not funny.
No.
We're what? Literally 5 minutes in.
We're laughing at dead baby.
You're laughing at a dead baby.
Well, I wasn't even
You're
laughing
not
at
even laughing at a dead baby. You're laughing at the accidental smothering of a baby.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, you hundreds of listeners that have joined us.
And please say it does get more uplifting.
Not the Alienist, it doesn't.
No.
It's just constant dead babies. It doesn't.
Oh.
I mean, the shock wears off, but it doesn't get funnier, which sometimes those things can do.
Your top 5 dead babies, or no?
The Lindenberg baby, the one that got kidnapped and murdered.
So
Jim and James Chew the Cud Hall of Famer. Although he was a toddler.
Don't have to be dead. You're all going down this route of dead babies and like best babies, you know.
Do you mean like
in
just? So really, it's just
And
top
Babe-
5 dead
and
people.
Babe the pig.
Yeah,
That's-
but I mean, the word "babe" has died. I don't think you don't really say that anymore, do people?
In the old
Oh, babe.
90s sense, where it was like, oh, she's a babe.
Yeah,
That's kind of gone.
yeah.
Yeah, PC gone mad.
It has gone mad. Have you seen that our local rugby team have had their name changed?
Yeah,
No, sorry, they haven't.
no,
They haven't, because in the 1930s they were briefly referred to as the Chiefs. So now they retain that name, and because they've got rid of the person in a Native American costume.
And I believe he represented basically the logo of the team.
Yeah, so the logo of the team is also of a Native American chief. It's all very tasteful though, apparently, it's permaculture. So you can buy drinks at the Wigwam.
Yeah, and a powwow bar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a burger van where you can get like a tomahawk burger and Apache burger. There's that pretty a Sioux burger as well.
Susie Sue and the Banshees. They're the tribute act they're playing. It's all very much.
But it's just
it's all tasteful.
It's like, you know, we need to make you know, we recognise we've done something. Public opinion is against this.
Yeah.
What should we do? Should we do all these things, or should we stick a bare minimum?
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Always do the bare minimum, because then you avoid upsetting. Then you upset everyone. Yeah, that's probably fair. If everyone's unhappy, no one is. Yeah.
I mean, earlier on, I was looking on Facebook. I was sitting on my toilet looking on Facebook, and there's a story which you might
Give me
like.
a bit of detail.
I'm trying, you know,
You're a raconteur.
Yeah.
I'm telling a story.
Exactly,
This is really what this is now. It's a series of stories.
Yeah, reading stories. You can just say, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked at Facebook story you might like. Peggy Mitchell has gone into care.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh great, I know someone who's
Sorry, you
this.
saw Peggy Mitchell, not even her real name.
No,
Barbara
but-
Windsor had
yeah.
gone into care.
But it
and you
did-
thought,
did say Peggy Windsor.
Great.
You know, I was Barbara Windsor. Yeah, I was Barbara Windsor.
Yeah, because Peggy Mitchell's not a real person.
So it's great if I'll comment on this.
I'm not going to refer to her
I'll
as that.
tag in one of our early adopters,
Amy Michelle?
Amy Michelle, and I'm going to tag her in. So I wrote a big post saying, hey, I think you might like this. And then at the top, you had tagged her in already. And it's like, why can't I see that?
She tagged me.
Oh, no. And it was hours before. Like
Yeah.
2 hours before.
Yeah, no, she tagged
So
me
I
in
just
that.
deleted it and thought, I never,
You don't want to share the good
I'll never
news.
speak of it.
You don't want to share that good news.
I
do
don't
you?
want to be funny, because if I told her as well, she would again would have forgotten. You would have seen that. You would have commented again.
Well, you could have done the same thing.
And we've all gone for hours.
You could have tagged me and
like it
her
didn't
in.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still might. Might do
Yeah.
later on.
I'd check out Facebook if you're interested in what James is doing. Also, actually, there is now a proper link in our bio
Yeah.
to everything. So if you want to buy us a
I've
coffee,
changed my bios after you pointed out.
yeah, you were promoting a SoundCloud user account that no longer existed. Your brief rap phase.
Well, Instagram has been done as well. After Instagram, you couldn't have links until quite recently.
I don't know. What do you want to do for top 5 this week? I know we've got a couple of things stewing in the pot.
Well, I mean, there's been some news which has really affected us quite a lot. And
Yes.
you knew more so, I think, because you used to work
Yeah.
for that company.
Yes.
Can we say that?
Yeah, I don't think they even remember that I worked there 11 years ago.
Good. But you know, obviously, Argos catalogue is now being withdrawn, which again pleased people on the internet because they've kind of killed like 50,000 trees in the past like 34 years. I don't see it like that because you know, trees grow again. If they were printing it on cows or humans, I mean that's a different story. We used to plant a new tree and it grows quite quickly. That tree we see there, that wasn't there last week, was it? It's just grown.
I think
one of them with a noose on it.
Yeah, the one with the noose on it.
Timber, yeah.
It's just, there was a
Timber
difficult
told a story about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if everyone on there, so...
Yeah, no, I mean, I did, when I did see the Argos news, I was shocked, obviously. But then I realised I'd not used an Argos catalogue since I was about 8 years old.
Yeah, and then that is the peak Argos time.
Yeah, you go through your circles.
But it is in fact, the catalogue, when you look at it, and you go through the catalogue, it's done reverse age. So it's how, if you're a child, if you're an adult, you can go through it. It's like, you can have like memory when you're a child, and when you head it, but when you go through it, obviously you start at the back. That's where the toys are.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, you go to the toys.
Yeah.
Or the electronics.
I don't. I go to the area of things I'm looking for.
But then
are you buying video games in Argos?
I'll occasionally look in there.
Are we making money from this that you're not telling me about?
No, see if there's any kind of bargains.
Yeah.
So I got a game once. It was like should have been £80. It was a tenner.
Wow.
But I'll get that. It was about a year ago. Never played it.
Just the folly of Argos.
Yeah, well, it's cheap.
I obviously use the online one.
Yeah, because you live quite close to an Argos. No, it's not. No, you're chatting, aren't you? Okay,
no, you live closer to an Argos than I do.
No, yeah. So I want to hate Argos.
Why?
You go in there, you queue to look at the catalogue. And up until recently, then had to queue to pay for it. Now, yeah, at the same point. So you only queue once. And then you have to queue again to get your item. But that being said, it's been my mostly used. My most
you
used.
You only queue twice.
It's all once too many.
Yeah, I mean
maybe it's the ultimate British shop. Things we love, stuff.
Yeah.
And queuing.
I think, but also it kind of feeds into one of my top 5 suggestions was top 5 things that society exaggerates as and my first thought originally was fear of clowns. Like, no one's really that afraid of clowns, are they? But people act like they are genuinely terrified of clowns. But the Argos catalogue kind of reminded me of another one, which is like 90s kids thing. If you're a 90s kid.
Oh yeah.
Because I am a 90s kid.
And so am I, but... Well, I was a kid in the 90s.
Yeah, you were in a kid in the 90s.
But it's like my recollection of mine is really different from yours.
Yeah.
I was
probably looking out, you're looking down, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know the 90s sort of... And only a 90s kid knows this, and it's something that everyone knows. So someone with the ability to breathe, only a 90s kid knows how to do this.
That's all clickbait you see on the internet. Bottom news stories, you get all these like, you might like this, and you might know this. And then there's like 10 facts about Bernie Saunders.
Yeah.
10 facts about Bernie Saunders. And then have a photo of Obama. And it's just like, that's not, or you won't believe so-and-so died.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they're not dead.
And you're disappointed.
And there's a photo of a bloke from Lost, like Hurley from Lost.
Yeah.
He's very much alive. Clickbait, eh?
Clickbait. I completely lost my train of thought there. With the 90s nostalgia things, you go on those pages and it's like a photo of the benches at school, and it's like when you were the oldest year in school and you got to sit on these bad boys, or a picture of some sort of jelly flip-flops and so on, or Tazos and Pogs and so forth. But it's never actually the things that people really remember from the 90s.
Gulf War, brilliant, yeah.
Gulf War, brilliant. Do you remember when Sarah Payne got murdered?
Yeah.
Although that may have been early 2000s actually.
It was 2002.
Do you want to put a bet on that?
No.
When was Sarah?
Oh, I bet my...
Because my grandma had her little badge and everything.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
Yeah, a little white badge with a face on it. But it's like...
1st of July 2000. Difficult.
If it was January, I would have accepted it, but not too much.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, she wasn't murdered in the 90s.
So that bet we did.
Yeah.
I won the £10.
Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like there were a lot of child abductions in the 90s. There was that one at this. You weren't living down this way then, were you?
No.
Very quick to say that there. One murdered not a mile from here.
Oh.
I'm actually sorry. Right. So the.
Is that why a house was so cheap?
No. I can't remember. I don't know what her name is, but the only witness said the person was wearing an orange t-shirt. And I was talking to my mate Phil about it a couple of years ago from the pub, and he was telling me that he lived up round that way when it happened.
Yeah.
And that he'd found an orange shirt that he never remembered buying in his laundry, but he threw it away, and his missus found it in the bin. And
oh man,
yeah, she thought that he might have been the murderer. Genuinely true. He panicked because he was like, "Oh, I've got an orange. I don't know where I got this orange t-shirt from."
As you do, sort of just take from the cupboard.
Well, it was all over the papers, and it was all over the paper in Exeter that it was someone wearing an orange shirt, and he was like, "I'll just throw mine out." And his missus found it in the bin.
You should have burnt it. That's what you do.
Let's have a look. Actually, child abductions in the 90s.
Well, throughout time, or some sort of like a child.
It's Jamie Bold, yeah. Second reference there. Yeah. Okay, maybe not the 90s, but I think that was really the stuff in the 90s that was really more prevalent.
And it's always
alcoholism in football.
As well, you always knew, because like, the police knew, so you knew as well, but it's always someone in the family, someone who knows that person who did it.
Mm-hmm.
And the press conferences are always done so the police could gauge.
Is that true? Is that what they do?
They do. So they would try like basically watch a family and gauge how they react and what they do, and any sort of telltale signs that if they don't care,
like blood on their hands
or scratches on their face.
Yeah, defensive wounds.
So that's why they do it. I mean, quite generally, a few days later, they'll arrest an uncle. Or
should you be saying this, because the next family are just going to be like, oh, really sad.
Well, I mean, if we're listening, or if our listeners are,
if you've murdered your kid and you're pretending that you haven't, shame on you.
Yeah,
we don't want your listen.
No, we don't need.
We don't need your donation.
Well, you can download if you want.
We don't need. Do you know what else we don't need? We don't need them to go to the link in the bio and buy us a coffee.
No,
we don't need that.
Or a cake.
Or a cake.
Or just give us some money.
Yeah, we don't need those things.
I mean,
tell you what, actually, give us your money. You don't deserve it.
I mean, saying I've not needing things. I mean, I thought we don't need TikTok, but I think we should make a TikTok account and then just try and get banned as soon as possible.
You just want to go on TikTok
and make it. I want an excuse on TikTok, yeah. Because obviously, as a 40-year-old man, I can't be having a TikTok account.
You already have a TikTok account.
But
you talked about it last episode.
As a podcast host, I think I could get away with having a TikTok account.
Okay, so TikTok is where it's little videos.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the podcast?
Nothing at all. But marketing.
You don't want someone else to steal the name.
No.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. Yeah, you have permission to do that.
I'll do that, mate. Thank you.
I don't want to know anything about it. All right, so we're back.
We certainly are.
What do you remember from the 90s?
My biggest
thing. It was different for you. Were older.
Yeah, I would have been in my kind of. I could go out more by myself, sort of thing. What you had.
Yeah, I was born
in a pushchair.
Yeah.
Or a wheelchair for much of your life as well.
Yeah. So they got these legs.
Well, I mean, I used to believe that I used to believe that mums should be given wheelchairs rather than pushchairs, and that way they would stop. Basically, as soon as they could stop using them to basically wheel the children around, they would, because they were like maybe a bit ashamed. But I don't believe it anymore. That's just a view I had.
Sorry, you're saying then that the stigma of being in a wheelchair will prompt children into walking earlier?
I don't believe it anymore.
But at a time you thought...
I did have that belief for a while.
I don't want to be...
This isn't even a list. I don't know where I've gone with this.
Oh, well, I should just let these things go unchecked. Silence is compliance.
No, I kind of went off-piste.
As you want to do.
Complete cross-country.
Yeah.
Ended up parasailing.
Fantastic. But, I mean, are there any other prejudices that you harbour right now?
No, none at all.
None at all. So you're fine with everything?
Yes.
That's really good of you.
Yeah.
So you, really though, what's the big thing for you from the 90s then?
It was playgrounds.
Playgrounds. Big things for you in the 90s were playgrounds. I bet they were.
Yeah, no, but these were playgrounds. They were like now they're safe. There's there's padding everywhere. You got that rubberized.
Always people asking which one's your kid.
Yeah, but you got that rubberized stuff everywhere. So if you fall over, you can just bounce up again.
Yeah.
Kind of, you got like your slides aren't too dangerous. They've been made so they won't kind of hack your thigh open halfway down there. You've like the seesaw is quite a cut down piece of it's like
it's not just a plank of wood.
No, we used to have this huge cast iron kind of horse thing.
Yeah.
Which if you laid underneath it would smash your head open.
Fantastic.
Not that we ever did that.
But now you're saying that.
No, but when it's the lack of safety. Like there's like a not a fairground, like a little park opens up in South London Ferrers, So we all went there.
Yeah.
It was us and the Barkers. So in total there were 5 children.
4 children and Ronnie.
No,
it's Ronnie Barker. Ronnie Corbett's the little one.
But yeah, so we went to this little park. We had this big slide which like looped around 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And these amazing swings and all this stuff. And there were like loads of kids going in there. We were all running in. It's like kind of like the last day of school but in reverse. So
First day of school.
no, last day of school.
First day of school.
You're all running
last day of
out.
school in reverse.
No, what I mean is you're all running out in a kind of the school. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I can go home now and play. All this is like all these kids running into a park, and then.
So presumably, if they're running into that park, they would have ran out of school to the park.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Anyway, so kind of 10 minutes later, there's this. It's like the Somme. There's this kids strewn everywhere. You know, There's pretty severed limbs. It's like the slide. Instead of having that rubberized stuff you have now, it had just concrete and stones and like gravel. So you would go down the slide, and instantly just be met with gravel and concrete, and there's just kids everywhere with just cut knees, huge gashes. It was just
a lot of kids with huge gashes.
It was a war zone.
Yeah.
I reckon that Spielberg was at that park, and he watched it, and that's where he had the idea for
AI.
No, for
Jurassic Park.
For the battle scene in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, okay.
That was Dunkirk thing. It was Dunkirk.
No, it was Normandy.
Yeah, Normandy. Right.
Right.
I reckon that's where we got the idea from.
Yeah.
Just kids, children, with bust knees and elbows and
huge gashes.
And parents applying plasters left, right,
If
centre.
they'd have done Saving Private Ryan, but with the cast of Bugsy Malone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like casted cannons and stuff.
So now, you think that play parks now, from what you've seen,
I think
I
know
through your investigations.
Yeah, they seem far safer places.
Show me these photos. They seem to be long lens camera ones.
No, it's just for an internet thing I was doing.
Do you think it's to impress a girl? Do you think it's harder to be abducted now, or to be? I would
have thought so, because people have got cameras and kids are little shitbags
but
now. So
as you always show me these videos.
Like the nonce buster videos.
The nonce buster videos.
Yeah.
Not just nonce buster, not just nonce like you just said.
Nonce called Buster.
Yeah. Buster nut. And they seem to. There's a lot of them, especially up in the Newcastle area.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can't trust anyone who says they are who they are when they're online, can you?
No.
Dr. J. Skill.
Nor could you 10 years ago.
Yeah. Especially if they were asking to come on a sandwich.
No. But people do. No, I like to think that we're pretty harder now because we probably be caught quicker.
I think Madeleine McCann was probably the last great one.
I don't know if you should call it a great one.
No, it wasn't great for you.
But it wasn't like
as far as child abductions
it wasn't like
go.
an event, wasn't it? Really, it was like Take That kind of splitting, which I think we've referenced before.
I don't think that made the cut. No, I mean, it's obviously still in the news now. They've discovered an allotment in Germany with a basement, which is spooky.
It's never a good sign, is it, if you find a submerged basement, especially out in this underground. No, under a house is fine; it's expected, but not even in a garden.
There was a house that got demolished. But they didn't know that it was there. And most basements are underground anyway.
I used to go to a club called The Basement. It was a bass. It was 2 S's with music signs above it.
Oh wow! What did they play?
Jungle and indie.
Just one guy with a bass guitar.
But it was dangerous to go in. And also had days when you went clubbing, you had to wear shoes. So I worked in trainers.
Don't you have to wear shoes now?
Well, no, but it had to be smart shoes.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't get new trainers at all and things like that.
This is a classy establishment.
It wasn't classy. It was.
Oh, they let you in.
Which proves it. But yeah, there was these stairs you had to go down to enter the club. The amount of times people had fallen down them, myself included, and then got chucked out straight away. So they assumed we were drunk, and it's not. It's just fucking slippy steps.
See, we've got the opposite problem here in Exeter. The floors are all really sticky.
Yeah.
If you go to the Cavern,
Yeah.
Tell you what, they've got no money, and they're accused of maybe overspending, but they certainly weren't on cleaning.
No, I think it's ever been cleaned.
couldn't burn down just because of how wet everything generally is.
The insurance fire, fire couldn't take.
The fire that happened.
Someone saw.
Just happened.
Yeah.
Just happened. Anything else traumatic in that? Gulf War touched on.
Yeah, I remember.
But then that's also a 2000s issue as well.
Yeah, I
just like Sarah Payne.
It was a Sunday afternoon or evening.
Well, the whole Gulf War.
Well, when it started.
Well, those long sunny afternoons.
Watching the news. I mean, it was in 91. Watching the news, and then it's about Iraq's got missiles that can hit us.
Iraq's got a missile.
Iraq, yeah. And I thought basically
I don't think he was with WWF.
The end of the world, and it's going to be nukes everywhere, and like tomorrow is going to be cancelled.
Yeah.
So I went to a downstairs toilet and sobbed for 10 minutes.
What?
I went to a downstairs toilet and sat there and sobbed. And then my mum called me out.
Wait, how old are you? How old are you there?
11. 12.
11. You went downstairs and just cried?
Yeah, to a downstairs toilet and just cried in there.
I find that really weird. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because I don't remember crying.
I thought I was going to die.
When the Iraq War happened and I was...
But then I learned about Scud missiles.
You know, but when you say I didn't have... When I was 11, and 10 or 11, and 9/11 reportedly happened.
Yeah.
I didn't ever look and go, oh shit. I was just like, oh. I mean, maybe that's something about me.
Yeah.
But same when the London terror attack. Yeah. You cried when you found out that
Gulf War was about to start.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to die. And then about a year later, I got a Mega Drive, got a game based on the Gulf War.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
No.
Desert Strike.
Desert Strike.
Fucking amazing. You're in a helicopter. Isometric view is basically gunning down tanks, trucks, Iraqi soldiers, not civilians.
Yeah.
And collecting oil barrels. Oh, it was an amazing game. So that was when I first learned that, like, war, it kills communities, it kills young men mainly, but also it's entertaining in the future, like films. If it wasn't for Vietnam, we wouldn't have Apocalypse Now.
No.
Or
Apocalypse Now is based on Heart of Darkness.
But but that film, we wouldn't have that film.
Yeah. I mean, so what you're saying is look at the positives.
Yeah.
On 9/11, you were there going, this is going to make a great film.
I mean, if that didn't happen, that guy from SNL wouldn't be as big as he is now.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage wouldn't have starred as the chief of the fire department in World Trade Center.
Steve Buscemi wouldn't be known as a former fireman.
Yeah. Really, a lot of people
made careers from it.
Benefited from this.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
George Bush.
Yeah, George Bush, for one. Prices of land in downtown New York.
Mm.
Obviously, because lost, it might sound callow, but a lot of office space was lost. If you owned office space, you're going to be raking it up.
And then you didn't work from home either because the internet was not.
Yeah. So actually, I mean, has anyone really looked into that angle of it? Because
I think this would be how we could do a future episode.
Yeah,
really
if you own that,
disasters.
That's
what tsunamis did for us.
I bet boat travel went up in the aftermath.
Yeah.
A lot of people travelling by boat. I mean, look at it now in Europe. Everyone's on boats trying to get over here anyway. If they'd been for 9/11, they'd have been on little planes.
Daily Mail Jim coming out.
It's a character. I am incredibly woke. I haven't slept. I did not sleep well last night.
I could tell.
Yeah, I just up when I worry about my male privileges, And
you got a lot.
Yeah.
And you got tits as well, so you get best of both worlds.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
You get served quicker in pubs. And you don't get waffles with that.
That's true. And they don't get harassed by the police.
No. And you really should do. Jim was falling asleep at his chair.
Well, I just want to pause before thinking of something sort of witty.
I want to go back to the catalogues. Cause I think we.
Go on then. Pitch for Radio 4. My favourite catalogue.
Well,
catalogue of errors that this government is handling with their coronavirus.
On the way here, I was trying to think, how can I do catalogue of errors? I was doing more slapstick. And
I mean, if you want an example of slapstick theatre, look at Prime Minister's Questions.
Whoa.
Ding, 2 for 2.
Well, comings and goings.
Comings and going. You're using it again.
Yeah.
Again.
That's going to be a new catchphrase.
Comings and
Get
goings.
T-shirts made as coming
Um,
on the front.
yeah. So, okay, do you want to take a swing at catalogue errors?
No, I want to do another catalogue instead.
Another catalogue.
Yeah.
Go on.
Also, catalogue experience. When I was 12, my gran used to give me lots of cardigans, and she always asked for a photo of me in the cardigan. And it's like, so my mum always took
just the cardigan.
No, I was wearing like shorts or trousers. I was wearing like clothes.
You were demure about it.
I didn't have my dick out. I was a young child. So I still wanted to do it now.
So even if your grandma had asked you for a frontal nude, you'd have
wouldn't have done that.
No, come on.
But no, she's made a cardigan, or I assume she made a cardigan, and I thought I wanted a photo, so sent her a photo. But when I was at school, I started getting bullied. So
I'm not surprised.
People calling me cardigan boy. I hadn't worn a cardigan in about 5 years. I have no idea why they called me cardigan boy. And it turns out I was the torso, not the face. The torso.
Hang on now, you're going to tell me that you were a catalogue model?
I was a catalogue model. Very, very kind of precise sort of niche market. I was just doing like Aaron kind of knitted cardigans, like big chunky cardigans.
Right.
And so yeah, my life at school was a living hell.
So
this old cardigan boy. And then there's a band called the Cardigans came out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you're my favourite game, Gran Turismo. And I was like, no.
What do you mean they're like calling you Gran Turismo?
Yeah, that was a song.
Because actually, they're actually quite a clever name there. Because it was your gran that made you the cardigans.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so one of my favourite mememories was
being bullied.
An accidental catalogue model.
I don't know about this because if you honestly thought that your grandma, how many cardigans was she sending you for one?
One every 2 weeks.
One every 2 weeks.
Sometimes more.
So firstly, I'm picturing in her house there's a lot of Polaroids. She's got a lot of Polaroids on a wall.
Well, no, it just turns out she was.
No.
She owned a catalogue business.
It turned out.
Yeah.
It turned out.
She lived in Scotland, so we didn't really know.
But my grandma owned. Okay, fine. Right, then I have several questions.
Well, you always do.
Because
you're a fucking Paxman.
Right.
Without the Paxman.
When someone says, "Can I have a photo of you in the jumper that I bought you?" As a kid, you don't pose. You stand there.
No, but naturally, I was a poser.
Naturally,
right now,
fine.
I'm standing up with one leg on a stool.
Fine. I accept that you pose. I accept that you pose. But she sold a catalogue that was entirely children's cardigans.
No, it's adults as well.
Fine.
I was just a large part of that.
But how many photos have you wear in this catalogue?
10 or 20 in each
10
one.
10 or 20, fine. So for 40 weeks,
3 or 4 months.
For 40 weeks, she was sending you cardigans.
At least, yeah.
At least, right? At most, if it was 20 in there every 2 weeks. So every time you posed a different place, or was the catalogue you open it up and it's just you in front of the fireplace, the mantelpiece, every
or in the
time.
garden. Some in the garden.
Some in the garden.
Or in the park.
Some casual wear.
With my knees bleeding.
Some is just what you kicking a football. Look, you can wear it in playing sports.
Yeah.
Look, he's wearing one in church.
But
and your mum didn't question this. Well, the letter that comes through with this bundled up package going,
please sign
hi James, it's your grandma who you don't really know and lives in Scotland. I have a favour to ask, can't go into detail. I'm going to send you every 2 weeks cardigans that I'm knitting myself, which is quite an expeditious rate of cardigans. I just need you to take photos of you in day-to-day situations, in good lighting.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you understand this.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Reasonable.
Yeah. And your mum, though,
and my dad,
and your dad, were both unaware that your grandma owned a catalogue business. So was this a late in life? Because she delivered the catalogue. It was called Kerson. The signs were there.
The signs were there. Literally, I was just signing in front of a house. It said kind of.
Did you get any sort of money for this when you found out?
No. I
just
had loads of cardigans. And some of them were really nice, some weren't.
Yeah.
I also got a few. I mean, she then moved into kind of clothing.
It was when she moved into sex toys that it became a problem.
That was a problem.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't happen.
Dear James, it's your grandma again. Please find enclosed a cock ring and some Benoit balls.
What are Benoit balls?
You know what Benoit balls are?
No.
They're the anal beads on a string.
Oh, it's anal beads.
Yeah, they're called Benoit balls.
As in, like Ben, is it a man called Ben?
Benoit.
Benoit.
Have you not like all the in
a wrestler, Benoit.
Oh, isn't
Chris Benoit.
you know Arrested Development? There's a joke about no, it's Archer. There's one of the waiters is called Benoit, and he keeps saying balls after every time he speaks to him.
Never knew that.
There's a Blink song called Benoit Balls.
Yeah, Blinking for Children.
Wow. You say the same thing about your dick.
Yeah.
We're back again. You got anything 90s or catalogue related?
90s. And also,
Actually, I just realised 90s was one thing on one list.
Yeah.
Go on, 90s and...
It combines both, really.
Okay.
Because like now, football kits are very much designed by a committee.
Yeah.
And it's like, how can we like respect our history and not offend kind of Native Americans, that sort of thing.
It's difficult to
unlike
do
rugby,
that.
Where it's kind of pushed. But goalie shirts now is what like Allison's new Liverpool kit. It's really nice.
Yeah.
You could probably wear that as a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, back in the 90s, goalkeepers designed their own shirts.
Yeah.
So the kits would be quite nice kits, apart from the Arsenal Lightning Bolt one. Which actually is one of my favourite ones, but it is a hideous kit. But the goalies, like David Seaman had, he looked like David Seaman. He looked like a kind of refresher, and like Higuita from a goalkeeper from Colombia, he had this kind of monstrosity. It was purple and it was just blotches of colours.
Yeah.
And now they are fashion accessories more than something to blind the attackers with. So yeah, I miss 90s goalie shirts.
Sort of tied to that, because David Seaman, 90s football, Glenn Hoddle, he thought disabled people were paying for crimes in previous lives.
Yeah.
Catalogues or things that society overpays.
So with I'm going to go again actually. This is like, this is a life-changing thing.
Yeah.
So you've probably had most of your life, you've had the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have that.
No, this is the court order.
Up until like 13, 14, the internet wasn't really a thing, or you didn't have it at home.
Yeah. You had to go to the library for your stuff.
You couldn't
talk to kids online.
Masturbate. You couldn't masturbate to kind of visual stimuli because this wasn't there. But
you had to find your porn in the woods.
Well, no, we did. Like, I've literally found kind of. I've gone to like a local park, me and a mate, and we found kind of bin bags full of porn. That was how you did it. But if you couldn't do that, you had to kind of go to other means.
Did you and your mate always?
And like you would like if you had like say a Baywatch themed cereal packet, that would be enough.
So hang on. You told me you'd like take your cornflakes and go upstairs.
Probably, yeah.
Because cornflakes were designed to stop masturbation. You're telling me that actually
they were named.
David Hasselhoff was on the box, so you had to go and jack off.
Or Frosties.
Frosties. But yeah, so David Hasselhoff's on the box. You've got to go. Yeah. I've got to go now.
But no, but you had to get your stimuli from somewhere else, and for many of kind of young men of my age.
You're going to say the Little Woods catalogue?
Yes, Little Woods catalogue.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum could never find it, and it was always under my bed.
Yeah.
And I would tell her, oh no, I'm looking at computer games, or I'm looking at
every night
TV. But actually, I was like a connoisseur of ladies' bras.
Fantastic.
I knew everything about them at the time.
Apart
from what was underneath them.
I was helping my dad move his bedside table once, and there was a Little Woods catalogue underneath there, and he just looked at me. I looked at him. He just kicked it under the bed. Gross.
You know, much rather it was kind of like a proper jazz mag.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, because it's actually there's not much titillation in.
And it was. I remember even when I was at college, I had like Wednesdays off, and like if it would come like through the post because it got delivered to you.
Yeah.
And like my mum would.
It's another cardigan.
My mum knew it was expecting it as well.
Yeah.
So I should come home. So where's the catalogue?
Yeah.
Which
one? The Little Woods one or the one Grandma does?
Yeah, but I'll be looking upstairs. I say looking at the underwear
in
section.
the catalogue that your grandma did. You said it was for all clothes. Was there an underwear
didn't say
section?
that.
You did.
You
said it was
lots of
men.
models.
No, you said there was men.
It was all cardigans.
It was all sorry. Okay, then don't worry. My question.
I wasn't the only.
You weren't the only model. No. What was the catalogue called?
Cardigan.
Cardigan.
Yeah.
Cardigan.
It's basically it was an early form of Instagram. And she also did an Instagram service as well, where she would.
Hang on, what did you? Okay.
No, she offered various services.
The only thing it has in common with Instagram is the name sounds similar.
Well, it was Instagram, but in kind of booklet form.
It's not instant, is it? If you have to
It was instant.
order it.
It was instant for then.
No, it's not.
That was as instant as you got.
No, it isn't. Going into the shop and buying it is instant.
But back then, you couldn't do that.
Well, you can go into the shop. They didn't
No.
have shops in the 90s. They
Right.
did, because
They did
the
have
whole
shops in
90s
every
subculture
town.
is based on Woolworths.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Woolworths happened?
I mean, I remember Woolworths, but what did you buy in Woolworths? Pick a mix and that was
Occasional
it?
sweets.
Occasional sweets?
Yeah.
Those sweets that you
occasionally sweets.
give out on occasions.
yeah.
Ferrero Rocher.
Actually, once.
Actually, that's another list we
Once-
could do. Is things that are just for some reason perceived as being posher than they actually are. Ferrero Rocher, After 8 Mints, and Wolves Viennetta.
Yeah, Viennetta definitely.
It's for special occasions, but it's like
In
a
fact, you
quid.
can get after 8s in Poundland.
Yeah.
And it's still a treat.
Yeah.
No, but I remember you saying buying things from Woolworths. Trip to Scotland. And actually said
Up to see Grandma?
Yeah, up to see my grandma, yeah.
But she was very quiet about her job.
And
Can't tell you, I have to kill you.
she had quite a big
She was
garden.
wee, was she? She was little.
A garden was probably as long as your garden, but not as wide.
Yeah.
But the grass was basically moss. It was so soft, it's like a trampoline. It was amazing.
Like a play park now.
Yeah, like about now. But we needed some stuff to go entertain ourselves.
Yeah.
And obviously, we always kind of wasn't really.
Did you go into her room?
No.
And tell her no, then have to hide in the closet?
We went to Woolworths and we bought a cricket set. The cricket ball was basically a solid ball of wood.
Yeah.
Which me and my brother would just chuck at each other. And basically injure each
I
other.
think your stories always have this really abrupt halt. I'm like, yeah, the cricket, yeah, and they just throw at each other. So, okay, cool.
But you did ask. And then a few years later, I bought a Game Boy from a car boot sale at school for £10.
Yeah, and you threw
say
it at
I
your
had.
brother.
My mum had bought it for me.
Yeah.
And then we went to Scotland a few weeks later.
Where's my Game Boy?
And I wanted a new game for my Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But it was £55. So I basically had a massive tantrum because Mum wouldn't buy it for me. So I made her. So I sold her my Game Boy she bought me for a tenner for £55, so she can give it to my cousin for Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a little shit.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, well, we're back.
That was exciting.
Do you want to say what that was? I don't think people will believe it if I say it.
Well, it's a similar to telling a story. I mean, you could have exclaimed a noise. I don't know what it was. It was like a fearful noise.
It was a very fearful
noise.
noise.
And I panicked.
Yeah.
I noticed the umbrella or parasol was moving.
At quite
And it just spurted out.
a prestigious rate as well.
Yeah.
And then took off. It genuinely
it flew over
flew
the
a good,
fence.
what's that, 5 metres?
I was only 5 or 6.
Over a fence.
Yeah, it's quite a high fence, but I couldn't climb that fence.
Um,
I reckon if I grabbed it, I would have been like Mary Poppins flying across Digby.
crikey. Yeah, where we
Are you
are.
alright?
Yeah, just glad it didn't break.
Well, I say when we went next door, I had a mask. I was going to pull it up,
Yeah.
and I thought this looks like we're just going to rob the place.
Yeah.
She like in a black hoodie, hood up,
Oh,
lumbering up to a house.
where were we? What were we up to? You were telling some shit about going to Scotland. You sold your mum your Game Boy.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that is a true one.
That's one that's true.
Yeah, I got Super Metroid in a massive box.
Oh, your mum had a massive box.
Well, I did.
But then you gave your mum gave you a massive box.
Yeah.
And you gave her massive box back.
Yeah, to get a massive box.
A massive box. And your grandma's just there.
Oh, she was at home. Her home. Not.
Her home.
Yeah, her home.
She's up at the factory, sorting through photos of
Children.
unsuspecting children. in cardigans.
We work at cardigans.
Did your siblings not have to?
No, my brother didn't. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't look kind of like
Sexy
Celtic
enough. Exotic enough.
Celtic.
Yeah.
Well, with blonde hair and that.
Yeah, is your dad a redhead?
No.
No.
No, he's as a child he was blonde as well. When his hair got darker.
Yeah.
He's still got a good head of hair, but yeah, it's not like my mane.
Not like yours. What was yours like in the 90s?
Pretty much like this actually. No, I had definitely had curtains.
Yeah.
Basically
Don't
a
show off,
mushroom
mate.
thing.
Everyone had curtains.
Like a mushroom sort of curtain style haircut. I used to kind of get a ruler to measure the centre parting, make sure my head's straight.
Yeah.
Fun times. What was your hair like?
I had to have my head shaved.
Oh, to knits.
No, because of the cancer.
You didn't even have cancer. It was your brother, wasn't it?
It was in solidarity.
Oh, that's fair enough. About your eyebrows, did you shave those as well?
No, I didn't want to look I didn't look a twat. I don't think it irritates me that I'd put my top 5 things for society are the way people talk about dogs.
Like doggos and
Doggos, fur baby, yeah. Forever home.
Yeah.
Yeah, those sorts of
As
things.
far as I'm concerned, just make dogs a commodity. Make them really cheap, and then you have to be cruel to it. But just don't get attached to it.
Right.
And if it dies, or gets ill, just replace it.
So what's the point in having the dog?
Well, we have it for a little while.
Yeah.
Have it as long as it lives.
Yeah.
If it lives a
You
long
just
time.
treat it with disdain.
But instead of like when it's
You treat it like a cold father would treat a child.
yeah, it's people who spend like £10,000 on fixing a broken leg
Yeah.
on a dog. It's just put it down, get a new one,
Yeah.
move on.
I agree with that, to be honest, but then I don't have a dog.
No. Actually, yesterday I was walking home.
For example,
And there was a cat across my path, and I just stood there and like got sad for a second, thinking I haven't stroked a cat in ages. And a cat ran away, so I didn't stroke that.
obviously,
So if you've got a cat and I can stroke it,
there's a cat here.
it's hiding in a bush,
Yeah, you should
and
instantly get along.
and he's quite skittish as well.
He is quite skittish.
You know, if I want to get on out, I can go and try and stroke him.
No.
I'll take Mike over with me. We'll drag it all across.
Yeah, so the thing with the doggos, I think it just mocks the mentally ill, doesn't it? The mentally handicapped.
And there's people.
There were a lot more freaks in the 90s.
I think it's probably more now, but you kind of at the time they were like there was every town.
They were more
knew
impressive
who the
because they
freak
were
was,
rare.
and they kind of went out and
Okay,
stuff. Well,
yeah.
now you can certainly
Now,
internet.
because you'd see them
And you
every
can
now and
meet
again.
freaks over the world just staying at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should ban the internet. It's just for freaks.
Ban the internet, everyone has to suffer like you do.
Yeah. Or just have it so it's really slow. So like when you download, let's go back to kind of adult stimuli. When you kind of had to download pictures, you had to basically gauge within a few seconds if you would like
The picture or not.
if it's worth downloading or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would have stopped them halfway through, so you would have like half a tit,
Yeah.
and it's like I can't do that now.
Half a tit.
Yeah.
2 halves.
Well, I've been laying down so you can only see half.
Right, okay, so you mainly downloaded the photo, the picture of Kate Winslet in Titanic.
I've never seen that film.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Anyway, he died.
But hey, maybe it's you haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey yet, so
Nah.
there's all sorts of Titanic is it's a fine film.
Wasn't a fine boat.
So you've seen it, you know the ending.
I know.
You know what happens.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
But yeah, it's based on a true event.
Yeah, we're like I like there's a thing on Twitter, and it's basically explain a film in a duller way as possible.
Yeah.
One of them is Titanic, and it's like an adult seduces a 12-year-old boy, lets him paint her, fucks him, then lets him die.
And what film's that?
Titanic, apparently.
So he's not 12.
How old is he?
He's like 19, 20.
Oh, that's right then.
He's an adult.
That's fine.
It would be a far more controversial film
Yeah,
if it involved a 12-year-old.
Having not watched it, I was outraged by that. But now I know the truth.
You thought like a lot of people's favourite film, one of the highest grossing films of all time, had a very vivid scene in which a 12-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio is
What's DiCaprio?
raped by... Yeah, he commits to a role. I'm not saying he wouldn't act the hell out of it.
I'm
just saying you thought that film did have...
I didn't say he was actually 12, but the character.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying that you thought that Titanic, a film about... let's not... I think spoilers.
It's a sad ending.
Yeah, it's about
Unless you like
class welfare and class divide and an iceberg. You thought contained a scene where a 12-year-old is seduced.
Yeah.
Where in the film do you think that happened? Before or after the iceberg hits?
Probably before.
Yeah.
They seduced him. She was seduced the minor first. I mean, he was told it was a minor role originally.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I've learnt some impressions.
Go on then.
I can do a really good impression of Batman.
Go on then.
Oh, you're my kryptonite. No.
That's Superman.
Oh, cheers.
Fuck off.
Cheers, man.
That was good. Steam trains grind into a hole. I don't even know what the list was this week.
We've kind of done,
sort of done a catalogue. This is a catalogue episode. It is really. There's a lot of stuff in there. Sort of the best of what people are looking for. You've confessed to several weird things. Okay, well, thank you for listening. This has been 120. It's been a joy as well. It has been a joy. Do click the links below and check.
Share stuff. Try and, even if you hate us, pretend you don't and say, that was really good, just so we can feel our ego.
Yeah.
They're not, so we don't see numbers, we also see faces.
Yeah.
So I want to see kind of 6,000 smiling faces as I come into your ears. It was Alex Scarbeck joke there.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was Jim and James Chew the Cud. What a lot of your time we have wasted. A Kerson Media production. Produced by Glenn Lopez. Music by Hilary Mice.
I quite enjoyed it.